One of the women has hit rock bottom and is sleeping on a bus.
Last week, we give her bread and tuna because that's what she can eat easily without cooking or warming.
Now homeless, we're told the lady on the bus is yet another person who paid an agent in Nigeria to arrange care work in the UK and whose dreams of a new life are in tatters.
Do you know if she was offered a full-time job? The certificate of sponsorship?
Yes. According to and what she showed us,
yeah,
they offer her a full-time job and she can't go back home. She has nothing again at all. She sells everything that she has back home.
She's in a bad way.
Bad one.
Sit down here.
Some of these people have recently arrived from Nigeria, but got here to find the jobs they were sponsored for don't exist. Sky News has already shown how skilled worker visas are being abused and middlemen are making large sums of money exploiting this legal route to the UK. Now we can reveal how people who thought they were coming here to work are falling destitute. Most are reluctant to talk. They feel despair at their predicament. This woman, who we're calling Blessing, hasn't been given any shifts by the company which sponsored her since she arrived 3 months ago.
I've always provided for myself. I'm a very hardworking, diligent person. So for me to be here, depending on people to eat, coming to the food bank to get food, isn't quite okay with me. It makes me feel I'm less of a person, a human. I should be in the position of helping, not the receiving end, because this is not who I was back in my country.
Blessing told us she paid an agent in Nigeria £10,000 to arrange a full-time job as a carer on a skilled worker visa. She asked us not to reveal the company which sponsored her, fearing repercussions. But we've seen other documentation supporting her account of what's happened.
There is a big scam going on. A lot of people are being scammed every day, being deceived that we have jobs.
This woman also came from Nigeria and says she's had to move north to live with her sister because there's no work for her. They all say it's proving virtually impossible to find a new company to sponsor them for a full-time position. And having come as carers, under the terms of their visas, they can't work in any other job sector. We're calling this couple Joyce and Alan. They say they also paid an agent in Nigeria £10,000 to arrange employment for Joyce as a carer.
I've been cheated. It has not been easy. I have to sell my car, sell my property, got a loan, took a lot of risk to raise up the money.
How difficult is it to transfer to another company, to get sponsored by somebody else?
It's very difficult because most jobs you want to get, they will first of all tell you that actually you've got this offer from somewhere else, so maybe you should go back to that place to get your job. That's what they always say. We are begging the government if they can look into it.
The founder of the food bank says she's already under pressure feeding local people in a cost of living crisis.
Nearly half the people you're supporting
15,
are people who were given a visa to come to the UK,
without work.
and then got here and there was no job.
Yes.
Are you shocked by that?
I am shocked because this has never happened in the UK before. So we are so surprised to see this happening for UK government, and a lot of them sold their houses in Africa, sold their cars, sold their things.
Because they thought they were going to start a new life.
And they thought they are starting a new life here. Getting here, they got stopped. It's so, I'm sorry, it's so depressing. That's the word, thank you.
Yeah.
It is so depressing.
Do you think it's a big issue?
It's a very big issue.
It's people that are not British citizens, people who came to the UK very recently.
They are Nigerians. They are not British. They have no other documents than the skilled visa that brought them into this country to come work.
Thank you very, very much. What we've found is just how widespread abuse of the skilled worker visa system is in different communities and around the country. Again and again, people telling us the same story. Some are getting here and finding there's no work. Others are using it as a route to reach Britain.
We've also traced and spoken to a number of people who travelled to the UK on skilled worker visas from Pakistan and Bangladesh. They told us they feel too ashamed to be filmed and are afraid of being sent back. In a supermarket in Bradford in West Yorkshire, we're told people are coming into the store offering to work for next to nothing in exchange for food, including some who also came on skilled worker visas but have no intention of working as carers and are using the system purely to reach Britain.
Some of them were told before they arrived that you will have no jobs, you're only arriving here, and they do pay a lot of money. And
So it's a way to get to the UK.
just to get to the UK, it does shock me and it is frustrating.
Who are you frustrated with?
We're not only frustrated with the people that are coming in knowingly, we're also frustrated with the government for creating this mess in the first place.
We're told people are coming in off the streets looking for jobs, so poverty-stricken, they're even offering to work for next to nothing in exchange for something to eat.
They are very desperate. Some people, they come begging me, brother, give me some job because I don't have any food to eat.
And you get this every day?
Every day, every week.
Behind the scenes, the scale of the problem becomes clearer.
Well, today's bin is already gone, so
Rejected CVs end up in the bin, but they say nearly half are from people on skilled worker visas not allowed to work in their shop. Anhar explains what happened with a recent applicant.
we've done an employer checking service check, and it's just come up with the work restrictions. So he is allowed to work in this country, he is legally here, however he's not allowed to work in this particular business. He's only here for skilled worker as a carer.
The government says it has robust measures in place to ensure compliance with the immigration system and will take decisive action if employers break the rules, including by revoking sponsor licences.
The reason they don't want to come out, firstly, embarrassment, but then secondly, on top of that, they just feel, obviously, they don't want to make themselves, known.
Mabeen runs a community cafe and food bank and says people's expectation of how things will be in the UK doesn't match the reality.
I think a lot of people feel that they're going to come over here, they're going to start a new life, it's going to be a life where they're going to make lots of money, they're going to be living in lavish lifestyle, but it's nothing like that. It's just a false dream, a misconception for them. And to be honest, in terms, I would put it as a scam.
How strong do you think the government checks are at the moment?
The level of checks are very weak. I think this is massive, to be honest.
The government says abuse of the immigration system will not be tolerated. In a statement, the Home Office said, "We have robust measures in place to ensure compliance. We will always take decisive action if employers break the rules, including by revoking sponsor licences when necessary." But for those now unable to support themselves after moving to Britain, serious questions remain about the dream being sold to some people using the skilled worker visa route to get here.
Guys, seeing is believing. Hearing is believing. I wanted you to see and hear this for yourselves. This is the situation people are finding themselves in. Some sold their properties, sold their houses, sold their cows, sold their everything just to relocate to UK, paying tens and thousands of pounds. And they come here to UK, they have no jobs. Some fully knew that they have no jobs, because I've spoken to quite a number of people who tell me that as long as I can get my foot to UK, that is what is important. But look at how they are suffering, guys. Look at how all these people are suffering. They are homeless. They don't have food. They've basically become destitute. They are begging for food. Do you want to find yourself in a situation whereby you are literally begging to work in a supermarket in exchange for food? Do you want to find yourself in a situation where you are going to a food bank to beg for food? Or find yourself in a situation where you have nowhere to sleep and you're sleeping in a bus and you're being served tuna sandwich, guys? This is very sad. So guys, I wanted you to see this and hear it for yourselves, so that if you're making this decision to pay tens and thousands of pounds to come to UK, hoping that you're going to switch employers, it is very difficult to switch employers, because now employers are now fully aware. You're hearing it from these people that they're failing to find employers willing to sponsor them. They know that people are now relocating to UK, fully knowing that they don't have jobs here, but hoping they'll switch employers. But now they are suffering. Do you see, guys? Just yesterday, I posted an ad which clearly stated that they specifically want people who are overseas, meaning that they don't want people who are here in UK and who want to switch sponsors. So you have to be very, very careful on which path you choose when you're coming here to UK. And I will always emphasize, use the proper path, guys. There are employers out there who are still willing to hire you from overseas and will not make you pay ridiculous sums of money. And when you come here, you are guaranteed hours and you are guaranteed that you are going to be working. All these people are making you pay tens of thousands of bucks. It's all but just a scam, guys. So wake up and smell the coffee and do the right thing when you are relocating to UK. Use the proper channels, guys. Do not lose your hard-earned cash to come and suffer here in UK. Do not sell your houses, your cows, your homes, your cows, your everything without knowing what the future holds for you, because this is really sad, guys. I am at loss of words. Guys. So this is all that I wanted to share with you. The ball is in your court. It's up to you to decide which pathway you are taking to UK. I'm sure we can see some of the consequences for taking the shortcut to UK. This is all that I wanted to share with you guys. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.